Hello, I welcome you all. Now from previous two video lectures, we have started with the design of T-shaped retaining wall. This was our problem statement. You can go through these. Now we'll move towards step number 4, that is design of hill slab. To be in coordination, you can go with the previous two videos. Now we'll move towards the design of the hill slab. Till then, have a overview. In view with designing this T-shaped retaining wall, we have moved with step number 1, preliminary dimension. Second step was to provide checks, that is check against overturning, check against sliding, and check against maximum pressure. And third step we have performed as check of the design of the toe slab. Now we'll move in this with design of hill slab. Now we'll move towards the step number 4, design of hill slab. Now this will be the case, as this is cantilever retaining wall, hence hill will also act as cantilever slab, where one end is fixed and this end will be fixed. That is, we are supposed to calculate all the moments so as to calculate the area of steel required, and moment will be calculated about point C, that is fixed end. Now W1 will be the dead weight acting due to the weight of the hill slab. It will be at x1. W2 will be the weight of the backfill, and its CG will be at x2 from the C, and W3 is nothing but surcharge weight acting at x3. Now this x1, x2, x3 has nothing but lever arm for W1, W2 and W3 respectively, whereas this pressure diagram indicates stress at the C point, pressure at the C point, and this is nothing but minimum pressure at the far end of the hill, and this W4 will be nothing but upward soil pressure acting, and this CG will be calculated with respect to C, and it will be x4. Now we'll calculate W1. W1 is nothing but dead weight of this 1.5, that is length of the hill slab, into thickness 0.5 into unit weight of concrete into 1 is nothing but per meter length, and this W1 will be 18.75 kilonewton downward acting at 1.5 by 2, that is acting at x1 of 0.75 meter. This W1 will be acting downwards from C, and CG, this x1 will be 1.5 divided by 2, as it is symmetric. Similarly, we will calculate W2. W2 will be 5, that is depth into width 1.5 meter into 1, that is unit width of the backfill into unit weight of soil, that is 16, and this W2 will be 120 kilonewton acting downward at x2, that is 1.5 divided by 2, that is 0.75 meter from C. Similarly, we will calculate W3. W3 is nothing but due to surcharge, and intensity of surcharge was 16 kilonewton per meter cube into per meter length into 1.5, that is length of the surcharge, and this W3 will be acting 24 kilonewton at x3, that is 1.5 divided by 2 from C, and W4 is nothing but upward pressure acting, and this triangular pressure will be calculated as half base is nothing but 1.5 into sigma C acting at x4, that is 1.5 divided by 3. Hence W4, substitute the sigma C value we have calculated in the previous video, you can go through this, and their sigma C we have calculated with interpolation as 80.33, and substitute this 80.33 value of sigma C and calculate. Therefore we get W4 as 60.25 kilonewton upward acting at x4, that is 1.5 divided by 3. Now since this is triangular loading, then CG of W4 will be at base by 3 from the apex, that is 1.5 by 3 from C. Now we are supposed to calculate the net moment about C is equal to 1.5, that is we are factorizing the moment into max moment minus minimum moment. Hence ultimate moment will be 1.5 into W1 into x1 plus W2 into x2 plus W3 into x3. This x1, x2, x3 are nothing but lever arm for the downward acting forces W1, W2, W3 respectively, into minus W4 into x4. Now substituting all this value of x1, x2, x3 and W1, W2, W3, W4 respectively, we get 1.5 into bracket W1 we have calculated as 18.71, x1 as 1.5 divided by 2, plus W2 we have calculated as 120 into x2 as 1.5 divided by 2, plus W3 as 24 into 1.5 divided by 2, minus W4 we have calculated as 60.25 acting at b by 3, that is 1.5 divided by 3, and in this way we get ultimate moment as after calculation as 137.09 kilonewton meter. Now you might be willing to calculate the steel required, moment is must, and hence this will be the net moment acting on the hill slab about the point C, that is fixed end. Now you might be knowing this formula, you have gone through this. AST will calculate as by the formula by referring IS 456 2000 amendment 2013, 0.5 FCK divided by Fy into bracket 1 minus under root 1 minus 4.6 MUD divided by FCK BD square into BD. Now here FCK is nothing but M25 grade of concrete, Fy is nothing but Fe 500. Though in question it was given M20 and Fe 415, please assume FCK as M25 and Fe 500. MUD we have calculated as 137.90 kilonewton meter. 137.90 kilonewton meter. B is nothing but per meter width of the slab. D is nothing but effective depth, that is we have calculated as 452 mm. And then substituting all these values, we get AST after calculation as 725 mm square, and it should be greater than AST minimum, that is nothing but 600 mm square. Hence okay. As our AST is 725, which is greater than AST minimum 600 mm square, hence we should provide maximum AST, that is 725 mm square. Now we will calculate spacing. Now assuming torque 16, spacing will calculate as 1000 into AST by AST, that is 1000 into pi by 4 into 16 square divided by 725 AST that we have calculated. Spacing comes to 228 mm. Hence provide torque 16 at 225 mm center to center at top as main reinforcement. Now as the deflection nature or the bending nature of the retaining wall you have seen in the previous videos, you can go through that, link will be provided in the description box. Bending nature of the retaining wall is of this type. If this is the retaining wall, stem will bend outwards, heel will bend downwards, whereas toe will bend upward. Now this is the tension portion of the heel, this is the tension portion of the toe, and this portion is the tension portion of the stem. Now reinforcement we are supposed to provide in the tension part, and hence as tension part of this heel is upward size, hence provide torque 16 at 225 mm center to center at top as main reinforcement. Now keep in mind, always round up the spacing on the lower side. Now we will calculate the distribution steel, and distribution steel will be calculated by the formula 0.12 BD by 100, that is nothing but 12% of the area, and it comes to 600 mm square. Hence provide. Now in previous step of design of toe slab, we have calculated the distribution steel, and as dimensions are same, hence provide torque 10 at 125 mm center to center as distribution steel, as a distribution steel. Hence distribution steel in the toe and heel slab will be same. Now we'll move towards step number 5, design of stem slab. We'll move towards step number 5, design of stem slab. Don't forget that this is our T-shape retaining wall, and we are designing every component, that is toe, heel and stem, as slab components, because this toe portion is cantilever against this fixed support, this heel part is cantilever against this fixed support, and stem is cantilever against this fixed support. Hence all these three slab components are cantilever in nature, and we are designing the cantilever slab, and for that moment is must. Hence now we will move towards step number 5, design of stem. Now we will move towards the step number 5, that is design of the stem. Now we are supposed to design this stem slab, that is cantilever slab fixed against this bottom support. This is the surcharge load. Height of this backfill is 5 meter. Depth of this base slab is 0.5 meter. This is the pressure diagram that will occur due to backfill. This is the first component P1, second component P2. Hence this P1 will be acting at h by 3 from the base, P2 will be acting at h by 2 from the base. This is the base for this rectangular pressure diagram, that is Ka into gamma into He. He is nothing but 1, that is intensity of this UDL and unit weight of that UDL. Hence, and this base is nothing but Ka into gamma into H. Now moment about bottom of stem, because this lateral pressure will tend to move this retaining wall in this manner, and hence moment will be occurring at this bottom portion, and hence moment about this bottom will be 1.5, as we are factorizing P1 into h by 3 plus P2 into h by 2. P1 due to this triangular component, P2 due to this rectangular component. P1 will be acting at h by 3 from the base, and P2 will be acting at h by 2 from the base. Now we will calculate P1. P1 will be nothing but half base into height. Ka active earth coefficient, gamma is unit weight of soil, H is nothing but height, this H is nothing but height. And after substituting all these value, half base is nothing but 0.33, sorry, K is nothing but 0.33, unit weight of soil is 16, and this height is nothing but 5 meter square. Hence P1 comes to 66 kilonewton. Hence this P1 comes 66 kilonewton. Now we will calculate P2. Now P2 will be K into gamma into He into H. K is 0.33, unit weight of soil 16, He we have calculated 1. You can go through the previous videos of step number 1, 2, where He calculation have been explained. P2 comes to 26.4 kilonewton. Hence therefore moment about bottom of stem is equal to 1.5 P1 66 into Cg, that is 5 by 3 plus P2 into h by 2. P2 we have calculated 26.4, h by 2 will be 5 by 2, and that comes to 264 kilonewton meter. 264 kilonewton meter. Now we have calculated the moment. Still calculation formula you are knowing as per IS 456 2000 latest amendment 2013, 0.5 FCK divided by Fy. Here FCK we are taking M25, Fy as Fe 500. Depth is nothing but effective depth 452 mm we have calculated. You can go through the previous video. B is nothing but 1000 mm, that is per meter width of the slab, because slab is designed for the per meter width. Substituting all these values, MVUD we have calculated as 264 into 10 raised to 6, or say 264 kilonewton meter, or 264 into 10 raised to 6 Newton mm. Substitute all these values here, we get AST as near about 1720 mm square. We get AST near about 720 mm square. Sorry, this value comes 1435 mm square. This value comes to 1435 mm square. You can go through the calculation. Now assume 16 mm torr steel. 16 mm torr steel. Now for 16 mm torr steel, we will calculate the spacing as 1000 AST by AST, 1000 into pi by 4 into 16 square divided by AST we have calculated as 1435. Hence spacing comes about 140 mm. Spacing comes about 140 mm. Hence provide torque 16 at 125 mm center to center on side of backfill, on the side of backfill. Now again I will explain here. If this is the retaining wall, this will be the bending nature of the retaining wall. Stem will bend outwards, heel will bend downwards, whereas toe will bend upwards. In heel this is tension part, in toe this is the tension part, in stem this will be the tension part. Hence steel reinforcement is to provide on the tension side, and hence provide 16 mm torque at 125 mm center to center on this inner side of the backfill. This is the main reason. Now we will calculate the distribution steel. Now ASD will be 0.12 BD by 100 and it comes to 600 mm square. And as we have calculated previously the minimum steel required, hence provide torque 10 at 125 mm center to center as distribution steel on side of backfill, on side of the backfill. Now if this is our stem, we have provided steel only here. Now we are supposed to provide some minimum steel on this outer side also. Hence provide torque 10 at 250 mm center to center mesh. Mesh here is nothing but in this form. We call it as jali. Hence provide torque 10 at 250 mm center to center as mesh, as temperature reinforcement on outer side of wall or say stem. Now on this outer side, minimum reinforcement, that is 10 mm at 250 mm center to center mesh, is to be provided on the outer side of wall. This is called as temperature reinforcement because so as to accommodate the temperature changes. Now in this way we have calculated steel for heel and stem. In this way we have calculated the steel for heel and the stem depending upon the moment calculation and the upward forces acting. For any doubts you can go through the notes. Link for the notes is provided in the description box, or you can comment your queries. Till then, thank you. In the upcoming video we will move with the next step, that is curtailment, that is to be provided in this retaining wall. In next video we will move to the step number 6, that is curtailment of the reinforcement that is to be provided. Thank you very much.